Hey mama, are you considering a water birth or just curious about it? In this video, I'm walking you through the pros and cons of water birth, answering some frequently asked questions about water birth, and sharing my own personal experience having a water birth. I'm Bridget Teyler. I'm a childbirth educator, birth doula, and a mama to 3. If you're new and you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, make sure you do so you can stay up to date on all the new educational content that comes your way. So a water birth is exactly what it sounds like, when a mother gives birth submerged in water. Many women who give birth at home do choose to have their babies in water, but just because you're having a baby at home doesn't automatically mean that you are having a water birth. Many birthing centers and even some hospitals have birthing tubs that can be used as well. So now let's talk about the pros of having a water birth. Number 1, water provides a lot of comfort in labor. The birth tub is known as the midwife's epidural because of how effective it is in relieving discomfort. So if you're trying to have an unmedicated labor, using the water at really any point in labor is a really good idea. Number 2, water births are associated with shorter labors. This could be because women are just more comfortable and therefore they're not fighting against their surges, making labor more effective. Number 3, water births have lower incidence of intervention with things like Pitocin, vacuum or forceps assisted deliveries, pain medication, and episiotomies. Number 4, giving birth in the water lowers mama's risk of tearing during labor. And number 5, women express higher satisfaction with their birth, probably because of the first 4 reasons that I already just listed off. Laboring and birthing in the tub really helps support natural, normal, physiologic birth. But if you want to learn all the ways to support natural and normal labor, check out my free mini birth class linked up here and in the description below. Now, before I get to the cons of water birth, let me answer some frequently asked questions about it. Number 1, will baby take their first breath underwater and suck in the tub water? Mostly no. This happens very, very rarely. Babies are surrounded by their amniotic fluid all throughout pregnancy, and they're receiving their oxygen through their umbilical cord. Being born in the water is essentially an extension of being in the womb, and as long as they are attached to their placenta and the placenta is attached to mom, they are receiving oxygen and blood flow. This is actually one of the reasons why you want to delay cord clamping till the cord turns white, but that's a topic for another video. Once your baby is lifted out of the water, then they will take their first breath. Frequently asked question number 2 is, what happens if I poop in the water? If you didn't already know this, it's very common for moms to poop during labor. In fact, it's a good thing when it happens because it means that she's using the right muscles as she's pushing her baby out. If mama poops in the water, it's really no biggie. Someone on our birth team can just use a fishnet and easily scoop it out. Frequently asked question number 3, do you have to get out of the tub immediately after giving birth? If you and your baby are healthy, then no. You can do skin to skin with your baby as long as you're comfortable and even birth your placenta while you're still in the water. However, some moms want to get in bed soon after giving birth, and so that's totally reasonable to do as well. FAQ number 4 is, what temperature should the water be? You don't want the temperature to exceed 101 degrees because that can elevate mama's temperature too much. Now, I'm a person who likes really hot bath water, and so that was something that I was worried about when I was approaching using a tub in labor. But when I was in labor, I really didn't want my tub water as hot as I normally want it because labor is hard work and you're already really warm from exerting so much energy. Usually around the 99 or 100 degree mark is where most moms like their water temperature. And FAQ number 5 is, if my water breaks, can I still stay in the tub? And generally the answer is yes, unless there is some concern over the color of the amniotic fluid that is indicating some kind of infection. But for the majority of the time, if you're planning on birthing in the tub, the likelihood is very, very high that your bag will release before you start pushing, although sometimes, rarely, a baby is born with their amniotic sac still intact. Again, this is pretty rare. When your water releases, the amniotic fluid will come out into the tub water, but it doesn't make the water dirty. Now let's chat really quickly about a few of the cons of water birth. The biggest one that is still very unlikely to happen is the umbilical cord tearing during birth. Still, the rates of that happening are very small, only happening 0.57% of the time for babies born in water compared to 0.37% of the time for babies born on land, according to one study. The other con is that there is a slight increase of the rates of postpartum infection for the uterus. For water births, there's a 0.31 risk according to one study versus a 0.25% risk for land births. Neither of these resulted in mother or baby being in danger and requiring hospitalization. Another con is that a water birth could result in baby getting too cold after birth. This is only the case though if the water is too cold for mom as well. And if that's the case, it's likely that a mom wouldn't be birthing in the tub at all, and your care team will be also keeping in mind how warm the water is as mama is laboring in it. And lastly, laboring in the water can sometimes cause labor to slow down. This one is more about laboring in the tub than giving birth in the tub, but is still something worth noting. Most women try to hold off on getting into the tub till they most need it, and this helps avoid slowing things down, but also make sure that they aren't pulling out the big guns in terms of pain relief till they most need it. Now, I want to make it clear that if it is true labor, being in the tub should not stop labor surges. And if labor is feeling really challenging for you, even if it's early on in labor, using a tub can be really beneficial. Slowing down labor can sometimes give mama the rest and relaxation that she needs to gain her energy back and continue laboring. For me, I was in active labor when I got into my birthing tub, and when I got in, my surges did slow down a bit and I was able to rest between contractions, and after about 30 minutes, they picked right back up. If you want to watch my water birth video, it's linked right up here in the corner of this video, and I've linked the earthside birthing tub that I used in the description below of this video. A water birth is a great way to help you have a beautiful physiologic birth, and for those of you wanting more information on how to support natural and normal birth, check out my Built to Birth course linked down below. Thanks for being with me in this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.